You what did we talk about last time when you said that? Shut the fuck up.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
But all right, so I wanted to go right into this because look at your face on the screen and how dark it is.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
and you're saying there's nothing you can do to fix this.
There's nothing I can do. Do you want me to
Uh,
scoot way far back? Because I can do that,
That honestly might be better.
but then I'm yelling.
Yeah, and it's too early for that. What time is it?
Exactly.
What time do we start? 7:07. Okay. We're so the light's directly above you.
Yes, it is.
Let me get a look at it. Show me the light.
Let me try the best
Yeah,
because again, this is on a laptop.
let me take a look here.
There
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
A good old ceiling fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
It's not great.
That's better. That's a little better.
All right.
Okay, there you
We'll
go.
work with this.
So, all right. So, considering that major discovery we just made worked, did you not troubleshoot that at all? Did you not
Well,
try turning?
well, even in the last 2 minutes that we've been talking, the
It got
sun,
brighter.
yeah, the sun's raised a little bit more.
Gotcha.
So,
Right
so
on.
yes, I did try it, but at that time the sun wasn't
I'm
working
turning even
for it.
more light on. I'm flexing on you right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um. Well, big news. Well, first of all, we missed last week. We did not do an episode. I tried to get Will on. Will couldn't make it. I think I'm gonna have Will on next week, either with you or just Will,
Okay.
and then we'll kind of it'll probably the schedule going forward is probably gonna be me and you, occasionally just me, and then Will mixed in.
Sounds good.
Just a little variety. Maybe we'll get some other guests mixed in there as well. If you think of anyone, we can try that.
And next week is a band week for me, so that the time would have to be pivoted.
Okay.
So
I gotta figure out exactly what my schedule is gonna be because I have a bachelor party to go to this weekend, and then start my new job Monday.
that's all exciting.
Yes.
Where do you want to start, the bachelor party or the job? Because we're starting on one of those. You can't just say those and expect that we're just going to brush by it.
Fair enough. Well, the thing bachelor party one will be quicker, so we'll start with that.
Okay,
I'm
good.
going. It's just a weekend trip up to Detroit. It's Murph's bachelor party.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, excited for that.
We're at in Detroit.
I'm not sure where we're staying, but we're gonna do a Tigers game. We got a B&B casino. You know, just a
Yeah,
chill. It'll probably be like
good time.
mine. You were at mine in Cleveland, so
Yeah,
it'll probably be the same vibe. Not as many people, and I doubt we're gonna have a similar situation of someone getting lost.
yeah. I hope. I hope
That
not.
that story may make it on the pod one day.
That was a great story.
That is a great story. That was Murph too. Murph got lost
It
at
was Murph.
mine, and now he's gonna have his own. But no, I'll do a recap of that on the show.
We should
Um,
bring Hug on for that one.
we should bring everyone on. We should send the link and get the whole crew. That was like a perfect sized group for like that kind of trip.
Yeah, it was a good size. That was a good one.
It's a good group of guys. But yeah, I'll do a recap on Sunday or Monday. We'll see because I got to start the new job. The new job put my 2 weeks in to Spartan this past Monday, and it's a weird feeling when you do that, especially like I've only worked there. You know what I mean? Like full time.
Yeah. No, it is a weird feeling, but isn't it so liberating?
Yes and no, because I wouldn't say like liberating because I didn't like
You didn't
hate it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is just a situation where a better an offer came along, or else I would have been fine to stay there. You know, like,
I feel that.
I don't know. I mean, 5 years ago I was offered a job for the company that I'm going to work at now, and I'd said no because of a few reasons. Like I didn't want to do certain parts of the job, or I didn't want to leave Spartan. You know, all that stuff. Where'd you go? Okay, I just happened to look up, and I was like, "Are you shitting me?" But then the offer came back around, bigger, different part of the company, and it was just kind of like I can't turn it down twice. I turned 30 yesterday, so I'm also, if I'm going to make a change, it has to be now, a big career change. So
Big 3-0.
that's right, Phil. The big
How
3
did it
0.
how did it feel?
Turning 30.
I pulled a muscle on my 30th birthday, and I was like, "This is fitting."
I did say, because both my brother and my buddy Ryan, they both said something along the lines of like, "How's it feel?" or like, "Welcome to the 30s club," like something like that. And I both times I was like, "Yeah, I feel it right in my back." Like I'm just like, I started feeling so sore every day this past year.
And I'm with you in the soreness.
Never used to happen.
Gosh,
It's a
yeah.
sign that we're wearing down as people. This is why we're going to be replaced by AI. You know what doesn't wear down? AI, robots. They don't need muscles. They don't get caught up in all this biological bullshit, Phil. This is why humans are going to be surpassed.
But you know what's personal, Nick?
What?
This right now, this right here, you and I, we're
Yeah,
looking
and
at
you know
each
what
other.
bogs down the
We're
human race?
talking to each
Emotion.
other.
You know what doesn't have an emotion? A robot. It has a mission. It has a goal. It finishes
Exactly.
that.
It's disgusting.
Is it? Or is it how it's supposed to be?
No, it's not how it's supposed to be.
I'm asking.
I know.
Do you know the answers to the universe? Are you Anunnaki?
Well, if that was the answer to the universe, why wasn't AI here instead of us?
How do we know that we're not in a simulation created by AI to show us how we got here?
There's no way. Because
No
then
way. Hold on. Okay. No, I'm with you. I'm going to let you speak. Hold on. I'm just saying you can't, in a debate like this, you can't just say no way. Like, it's all under the assumption that this is hypothetical.
but with AI, let me ask you.
Well,
So
hold on. Let me put it to you this way, okay?
okay.
And if we were playing NCAA football, EA Sports 25, right? Okay.
Yep.
And you cut a man. Does that man not cry? Do you not cry for him? What if we are that guy? What if we are NCAA 25 for a more advanced civilization?
Nick, we understand that when you play Madden, you think about the players' families. You feel bad for them
Listen, it's the toughest day of the year when you got to make cuts. It really is.
because they have families.
He
They
just bought a
have
house here. Kids are in a great school. Making friends is going to be tough. I literally used to do that. I can't remember if I told you. I'm sure we talked about this in the old NBA Live games. The players would only take their warm ups off if they played in the game. So by the end of the game, I would make sure everyone subbed in at least once, so that there was no one still wearing their warm ups on the bench. And I would literally think I was in like fifth or sixth grade. I literally remember thinking of, I had this whole, I forget the guy's name. He was on the 76ers, but I would sub him in, and he was last on the bench. And I would picture him having a wife and daughter, asking him how his game went.
I didn't play.
No, he did play.
No.
I didn't let
I
him.
know.
I didn't. I made sure everyone. I would just feed him the ball.
I'm proud of you. What did he average?
Probably 2 a game, just 2 in the last couple minutes.
Probably 2 a game on 1 of 6 shooting.
100%.
Percentage.
100% heart, though. 100% heart. That's how you build a team.
It is how you build a team. I don't care about the talent. I care about the heart.
I cannot wait for NCAA 25.
I can't either. I'm gonna buy an Xbox and the game in the same day. Well, I can't do it in the same day because then the Xbox is gonna have to install and everything. So I'll buy the Xbox one day, and a couple days later buy NCAA.
So back to where we were.
Yeah.
Before that tangent. You're saying no way simulation.
No way simulation.
But it could be. You've seen the technology we have just here and how far we've advanced. You don't think it's possible?
I don't think it's possible because that wasn't here until humans created it.
Okay.
That's my point.
Right, but I'm saying this could be a simulation of the far past.
And I just don't.
Or we could be a video game. Who knows, man?
I feel like it's fairly safe to say that we're not a video game.
Why? What do you mean?
Who's controlling us?
That's the $1 million question.
The creator?
That's what we're trying to figure. Maybe. Exactly. AI? Who knows?
It's a mystery.
You ever forgotten your PIN number before?
I haven't forgotten it. I've had it mixed up with other PIN numbers that I have.
I've it's such a problem if you forget it,
If that
because let me
counts
tell
as
you something.
forgetting it, then yes.
Well, I I got a new card and I got a new PIN, right? And then the places that I use it, like, to and from work, like, if I ever stop for gas or something, the
Yeah,
places I stop just do the read the back. They don't you don't put in your PIN at all.
right.
So I got a new PIN and then didn't use it for, like, months. Um, and then I went to use it,
It
and
says enter the PIN. I guess I got to go somewhere else.
yeah, so then I went somewhere else, and I was like, "Alright, let me try it," 'cause, there's a line of people, and it's not working. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So then I went to, I call this number, and the in order to log into your account on the phone, you need your PIN. So I can't do that. And so then I go into the app, and the app has a number specifically for if you lost your PIN, you call them, "Ha, surprise, you need your PIN to log in." So what the fuck are we doing here? So then I finally, get through using, like, a different verification, and the guy goes, "How can I help you?" I go, "Alright, there's a block on my card because 'cause I've tried too many damn wrong PIN numbers, and I also don't know my PIN, so let's figure that out." And the guy goes, "Oh, yeah, no problem." He puts me on hold, disappears, comes back on, and he goes, "Alright, looks like we, actually can't reset that for you." I go, What do you mean? Like, that's the whole point. I'm literally dialing the number that says, "If you forgot your PIN, call this number." And he's like, "Yeah, because you used it recently and it worked," which is the ones where I didn't need a PIN. He's like,
Yeah.
we can't reset it." I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?" So I go and find a branch. I go in and they reset it in 2 seconds. But I'm like, why have a number specifically for that if it can't do it?
Right.
What do you mean recent use means you can't use it? What if someone stole it? That's recent use.
And it wasn't me.
And I'm the one on the phone.
Right.
I'm telling you there's a problem.
Why don't they have verification methods?
That's the PIN number is the verification. That's the whole fucking problem.
I
Like, I
know,
was
but I'm saying do like security questions. Hey, I don't have my PIN. Oh, okay. What street did you live on in the third grade?
right, and I know I've had a lot of trouble actually with this bank. Like, I've been locked out of my account, not my, like, bank account, but, like, the app before.
Yep.
I've had it, like, say my name's wrong when it's not. Like, I'm gonna be switching banks,
What
so
bank?
but, well, I don't wanna disparage anyone here. They've been good to me. It's just recent issues.
I'm just saying some
Who do
banks won't do that to you.
who do you use?
Do I use? Don't worry about who I use.
Why? What is
I don't
wrong
have
with
any
you?
problems. This isn't about my bank.
That's why I'm asking. I wanna come to yours maybe.
Oh, it's what is a bank really?
Oh my god, what are you doing? A bank is what the Rothschilds start. No, I'm just kidding. Um, a bank is what financed both sides of every war since. No, okay. Alright, we're not gonna become that kinda show.
What bank do you use? Piggy. It's on the top of my fridge.
You
It's a
know,
very easy
you've seen
to
Toy
use.
Story.
It's open 24/7.
Um,
It's a pain to get the change out. You
oh, hold on. What yes, Phil, we know what a piggy bank.
have to break it.
If I didn't stop you, how long would you have kept going with that?
Not very long. We
Okay.
would have been over by now.
Alright, let's go into the topics you texted me here. Oh, you flag football. You said you played flag football yesterday?
I did.
Let's hear it.
So there's a group through church, and I was like, yeah,
Hold on, real quick.
yep.
I every time I see a video, I wish there's a ultimate frisbee, like,
Oh, that'd be fun.
league or I don't know how you find that, but it always looks so fun. Sorry, go ahead.
That would be fun. I'll bet you they have it through like the Y or something.
You think? Ultimate
Maybe
frisbee?
it's worth a shot.
Yeah, true. Flag football.
But so it's through church. It's like a group, and this was about the first time I went to it, and I stopped going to the basketball just because my knee couldn't take it. So what do I sub it with? Flag football, because that's gonna be better. Um, and so I'm going with the idea in mind. I'm like, these guys have been playing together for a while. Probably not gonna get the ball. Not a big deal. I'm going for the exercise,
Right.
which is mainly what it turned into. And and so it started at 9 a.m., didn't get done till 11:30. Only two, like, probably two 5-minute breaks, 10-minute breaks, and otherwise it was nonstop running. They went hard. They did like a 25, they actually did like a play clock and
Really?
timeouts. Yeah, like they
So
had
it
a
was intense.
stopwatch around their neck, and that was the length of the half. I'm like,
Was
this
it
is in depth.
like they were into it? Were they good? I mean, was it like a good game?
A couple of them, but it was annoying because the ones, I think there was, at the start there was like 10 of us, but there were 3 guys. Grant, of course, they're all on my team. The other team, it looked like a blast. It looked like so much fun to be on their team, and I wasn't on their team, of course. But the 3 guys,
It's like pickup basketball used to be at Bed Church, where it was
exactly,
like one team out of the three is just the best. It's so fun. Not even like winning, just fun vibes.
exactly, because everybody touches the ball, and this is the best part, is that the 3 guys that I was with, they all thought, I shouldn't say all 3. One of them, was cool. The other 2 thought that they were so good. And so they, a lot of times they passed between the 3 of them, and then there were like 3 of us
Oh yeah,
who were just kind of out in the wind.
that sounds exactly like basketball.
And every time I was burning this kid wide open deep, and they never threw it to me. And I was getting very
Pissed,
frustrated.
pissed.
Eh, yeah. Yes. Nothing but the
Um,
sad. And
we'll get to that.
and but the thing is,
Well, real quick about flag football,
yeah.
it just as soon as you said that, it reminded me of Mr. Robinson.
Oh my gosh.
What was that,
Lunch
seventh
flag
grade?
football.
Yeah, lunch flag football, and they would all be named after different math equations, the teams.
Yeah.
And he would go out
He
there and
was
be all time quarterback and be
he was
short shorts and
horrible.
his mustache and just try to chuck the ball
He was so bad.
so
And he
bad.
and he would blame the kids for not catching
Oh
it.
yeah.
He would say,
He,
"If you would have kept going, you would have had it." And like, "No, I wouldn't. You overthrew it by 15 yards."
didn't he try to walk on somewhere? I remember hearing
Yes,
that story.
he had a news article written about
It
him.
was true.
It
Okay.
was true because he tried to be the oldest walk-on, I think, for UT.
He wanted to be safety, right?
I don't know what it was.
Oh my
I
god.
wish he
They
would have
should have let
made
him
it.
do it.
Can you imagine? He just gets laid out.
He was a nice guy, but it was just so funny watching him like take it so serious with no ability.
Right.
Like,
Exactly. I agree 100%.
um also this flag football thing sounds exactly like basketball when it first started at that church when people didn't really know how to play.
Yeah. And
Like
weren't passing.
like when we first started going, it was literally like a few people could play and other people kind of sucked. Not you know what I mean, just didn't
Right.
weren't used to playing. Um and then by the end of it, like everyone was pretty good because everyone
Right.
kept going.
Are you talking about the old church?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
100.
that group by the end of it was really, really good and competitive.
Yep.
Like
It was
Timmy in
fun.
particular, the way he went from like
Who?
Timmy,
Oh yeah. No, it was
but
fun.
it's fun to watch a group like keep playing and like practice and get better.
Progress. Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Know
what
their
was the other one?
roles.
Yo, let's get deep. Your other topic, Phil.
Okay. Um, hold on, I was trying to think. But anyways, with the flag football, I know that we were kind
Oh,
of
back to it.
ramping up, but
Yep, we had wrapped up and transitioned. So go ahead and go back
well,
to it.
I had another point, but then you had just said,
Hey,
well, real
sometimes you gotta
quick.
let them go.
All right, I'll let it go.
There you go.
Extremely sore. Extremely sore. All right, so this next topic.
Did you say
What
the point anyway?
what was it's gone now. I let that go. That's at
Okay.
the train station.
You didn't
That
let it go. You said it.
that train has sailed.
So, the
Um,
train sailed.
the train has sailed. Austin Powers reference.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self right now?
Now, when you said that, did you read that off a Pinterest post in 2007,
It
or was
wasn't
it?
off of a Pinterest post. I'm not gonna lie. I did a quick and dirty Discussion topics, fun
Oh my,
discussion topics.
oh my god.
And I was
This
like,
is,
and I
this is
said,
why
I'm
you're
not
the
gonna
best in the
lie,
business. This is it right here. This
I'm
is why
not
you're the
gonna lie,
best.
this isn't very fun, but
No, it's not. It's not really a good topic at all, but you brought it, so here we go.
so what if
So
I?
when you sent that to me, what did you have in mind? This is your topic. You lead. Go ahead.
So my advice to myself, and this is more of a serious note, but just people are gonna let you down. Sadly, you know that's what I would tell my 18-year-old self.
This
And
is
just
this is
give up.
this is the most downer podcast we've ever done. How the hell are you going to go from flag football and then be like, hold on, ISO ball? Let me talk about people letting you down in life.
Well, I
Clear out, guys. I got something.
well, they kind of let me down in flag football too by not throwing to the handicap kid, but that's neither here nor there.
It's a
And
tale as old as time. It really is.
it really is. You hate to see it. And then you got the all-star, and they're like, "Huh, I wonder where he was in high school because he walked onto this college. He wasn't getting the throwing the ball. That's where he was."
Okay, so
I love the light laugh. It's
I'm just the fact that you chose this topic, then took it to that place, and then still brought it back to flag football.
oh, I'll bring it back. I'll bring it all the way back.
I don't know. I guess just to get this over with, I guess my big advice. I'd have two. One would be ice your arm. That'd be a good move. Um,
Is this for
I,
everybody or only pitchers?
no, this is me.
Okay. Oh
I'm going
yeah.
with your discussion topic, and I would probably tell that to myself at 15 because that would have made a world of difference. But then I would also say go to class. Two very simple ones, but harder than you think. Believe it or not. Once you get there, you know, you get a little taste of independence. It's a tough spot to be in. You know.
Can be a tough one. Absolutely. There was one time I wasn't much of a class skipper, but there was one time I had like a 3-hour gap in between classes.
Hold on, real quick, Phil. That's the difference. And you and I have talked about before. You weren't much of a class skipper. I wasn't much of an attender.
That's what makes this work. Or like peanut butter and jelly.
No.
Okay. Anyways, so I had like a long gap. I had 3 classes back to back to back, and then I had a fourth one, I think like 2 or 3 hours later. So I'm sitting in the student union. I waited the whole time sitting with a friend, just sitting and talking. And it comes time for me to leave for the class, and it's a class I don't really enjoy. It's not very serious. I'm I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm not going. I waited 3 hours and didn't go to the class.
Yeah, see, mine's very similar. See, like for instance, I would go over to my buddy's dorm and we would play Super Smash Bros. Right? And let's say it's like noon, and we just got back from eating lunch because I skipped my 10 o'clock, and then we would eat, and then we'd play Super Smash, and then we'd keep playing till like 2 o'clock rolls around. And I'd be like, "Don't you have class?" I'd be like, "Yeah, let's keep playing."
Irrelevant. Erroneous.
And then it'd be like, "All right, we gotta go to practice." I literally just went to practice. I didn't,
You weren't there to
um,
play school. I respect it.
exactly. I don't know how much you'll contribute to this topic, but it reminded me when I talked about the ice thing. A lot of pitchers are going down with injuries this year,
Okay.
and a lot of people are trying to figure out why. And there seems to be there's a lot of schools of thought, but there's three main ones that I've seen that I think are potential actual causes to this.
Hmm.
Um, and we have the pitch clock, the new pitch clock rules. We have too much focus on velocity. And then the new one that I saw was people are blaming Trevor Bauer for exposing how much people use like the sticky substances,
Okay.
and they're saying that that's contributed. And I'll explain that one a little bit. But I don't know about the pitch clock part. People
I
are
was
saying
gonna
like,
say
oh, you
real
change
quick,
pitchers' routines.
what do you think
What?
about the pitch clock?
I don't really know. I don't really like it wouldn't have affected me much, but I also didn't play at like that high level. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't know. People really get into their
You were
routines.
2 levels from the majors, all right? You were right there.
A little bit of ice, and I could no. Okay, but the but like guys have routines, but I feel like the pitch clock, it's just like you speed up your routine. Like I don't think me personally, I don't think that's the huge factor where it's like, oh, you're making guys change their routines. If they had a year of it, they're used to it. Like I don't think that's a big problem.
Right.
And there's guys who worked fast even before the pitch clock. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I don't see that as the big problem.
Not
Um,
everybody took all their time.
right. The velocity thing, I think that could be a big part of it. Like everything is velocity now. Um, and it trickles down. Like oh my god, you look terrifying.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that sun was something fierce, wasn't
Okay.
it?
The because like when I went and coached high school baseball, like it wasn't fully there, but like kids were talking about um like the new metrics that people were using, the launch angle,
Yeah.
and a few kids were doing like programs just for velocity and stuff like that. And I don't think that's necessarily a problem, but focus has become so much on velocity that I think you could damage arms just by putting that much, pressure on your arm, torque on your arm, and you're only focused on that. It also leads to different problems with accuracy, but that's not, what we're talking about. We're talking about injuries. I don't know. Like I've just heard all of these are just things that I've heard players talk about specifically, these three ideas. I think the velocity one could have something to it, especially if kids aren't taking care of their arms. I mean, I threw hard. I didn't throw a lot of off speed stuff, but I never iced my arm. So like literally eventually it just wore down. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just that comes back to arm care. But the one I just saw today I thought was interesting. Let me see if I can find a pitcher who was talking about it. Go ahead and fill some air here, Phil.
All right. So,
All right, his name's
I got a new track
Tyler
dropped in a couple
Glasnow.
weeks.
Tyler Glasnow was talking about it. He said um he's not blaming the pitch clock. He's saying he's talking about how pitchers use substances to get grip on the ball, right?
Okay.
And it's like you can't use foreign substances, but everyone does it. And this guy's saying, everyone does it, and it all got exposed a lot by Trevor Bauer. Blah blah blah. That's background. But he's saying when he stopped using stuff to grip the ball, he had to start gripping the ball a lot tighter,
Yeah.
like
That makes
naturally.
sense. Yep.
So instead of holding the ball loose like you're supposed to, he's gripping it. So now all these muscles are under tension
Yep.
the whole time you're going through your violent throwing motion. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I just wanted to talk about that one because I hadn't seen it, but a lot of guys are going down. I don't think it's the pitch clock. I think the velocity thing could be it. I think the sticky thing could be it. It could be all three, but a lot of injuries, a lot of star pitchers going down, and it's very interesting to see what kind of research goes into this and what changes might end up being made.
Yeah, I did just all I saw was because one like just happened this past week, right? Like somebody went down with like a Tommy John and needs Tommy John.
Shane Bieber.
Yep, that's the one. And I also realize every single time there's an injury of how long it's truly been since I've actually paid attention slash played a baseball video game because none of the guys that I remember being studs are even in the league anymore.
It is funny because I played the show last year and I got the one this year because I have Game Pass. And this year I know them, but like last year I was like, man, I've fallen behind. Like like I know a lot of them, but I'm like, man, some of these guys I have no idea.
Yeah, it's unreal. Like the last guy that I can think of, last time I slightly paid attention, the newest guys were Bryce Harper and Steven Strasburg.
Oh wow, okay, so yeah, that goes way back.
Been a hot minute.
But also, I will say football is also different. One, the video game, but like you see these guys in college, you know them for a few years. You watch the hype, you watch the draft, you do fantasy football. Like,
yeah,
it's easier to know more players.
Yeah, 100%.
And people don't watch baseball.
Right, and a lot of people they put more pressure and
Did you listen to J. Cole's response?
yes.
Did you like it?
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was that wasn't as much of a I felt like and I saw multiple people post about this, so I know I'm not making a groundbreaking point here, but a lot of people said that J. Cole's felt more like a warning shot.
It was a response, not a diss.
Right.
I
Right.
will say, I will say, and Kendrick kind of had a quote about it. I don't think this is some like deep rooted anger with J. Cole at all. I said that last time we talked, but I think it's more just competition.
Yeah, I do too. And I'm
But
all about it. And
me
honestly,
too. And like I didn't really love J. Cole's like the lyrics were fine. It's kind of
yeah,
like what I said about Kendrick's. I just like as soon as the voice he used came on, I was like, I don't really. It wasn't like J. Cole is ready to kill it type thing.
right. Like it was
Um,
good, but it wasn't like one
yeah,
of those things I'm like, "Oh, this is awesome."
right. And but I also didn't expect J. Cole to like go crazy on him.
And this is also something that I've kind of thought of. What if it's all just a ploy? Just because if Kendrick knew that J. Cole's album was gonna drop and he was gonna put the response on the album, because then he could have been like, "All right, well, I'm gonna put out a track. It's gonna seem like a diss to you, and you can respond to it with a song that's on your album. Then more people are gonna listen to the album, and it's
Right.
gonna get you more listens." And so I did think about that
Yeah,
possibly being in
and they
there.
are friends. So I mean,
Right. That's what I mean.
doesn't Drake have an album coming or no?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of it. I always do think of stuff like that, but I did not put together the album drop. That's true.
I'm not gonna lie, I was proud of myself for thinking about that because I didn't even see that one posted. And it could be a long shot. It could have just been a coincidence,
Right. Let's see here.
but if that was good on him, good for you guys.
Oh yeah, it's a smart genius move.
Did you like the album?
I have not listened to the whole album yet.
Okay.
Um, that song was okay. I have not spun the whole thing yet.
I added that one to my playlist, and then I only added one other one from the album. It's not that it wasn't bad, it just wasn't my thing.
Right. I saw on Facebook. Did you drop your song? About 89,
I didn't. That one's in 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks. Okay.
It's the end of April.
How do you decide when to drop? Do you decide, or do you have someone telling you?
So on the site it says
Like recommended.
yeah, it recommends 4 weeks from when you upload it onto the site.
Interesting.
So hypothetically, I could put one on today and say drop tomorrow,
Right.
and it would drop tomorrow. But say hypothetically that they looked into things and they're like, "Oh, you're not allowed to have this song. Like you're not allowed to have this element, or you just copied from this song. We can't put this out there." And
Right.
then it would just get taken off.
Gotcha.
So,
Interesting.
yeah. So I'd rather be able to have all of it get cleared in 4 weeks, and if there's any hiccups in that time frame, then just be like, "Hey guys, it's getting delayed," rather than, "Hey guys, it's off all streaming sites. It will be back on."
Right.
When you
Oh,
can't
that's
say that.
some of the issues we had early on with the podcast.
Yes.
Like it's up. No, it's not. Oh, we are on um we're on YouTube. No, we're not.
No.
We might be on
We
Spotify. We don't know.
we thought about it.
The effort's here.
The efforts here, we just don't know how we're doing it.
Um, I don't have any more huge topics. Like I said, I wanted to mainly just get a show up and talk to you and
Yeah,
try to early thin out.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
do you have any
Well,
other big topics, or should I just brush up some stuff?
not really. We could
We're at
just brush
34
up.
minutes. That's not bad.
Out of curiosity, what streaming service do you use, like, in order to put these out?
What do you mean?
Like,
Like
to
right
upload
now?
on
What are we recording
Spotify?
on?
Yeah, like, what do you use?
Well, you can see in the corner we're on StreamYard right now to record.
Oh, so does StreamYard upload it to everything?
No, so StreamYard and I meant to talk to you about this anyway. So inside show stuff. So I don't know what you were doing wrong, but that password does work because I used it and logged in.
Well, the password worked, but when I logged in, the screenshot that I showed you, it says we sent a text message to your phone. Enter in the code. Enter in the code. But the thing is, it wasn't a text message. It said open up the YouTube app and press in the
Yeah, and
code.
I've done that before. We'll try that again if you can't get in.
Okay.
But what I was going to tell you is the StreamYard here that we're on.
Yep.
If you go to StreamYard's site and log in with that same password, all the raw audio files are there.
Like with your password?
The one the one that you use
Yeah.
for the drive. Yes.
Okay.
Like that's the same thing for everything.
Got it.
So
Okay.
like you can get into our Twitter if you want to, like all that, if you want
Got
to
it.
post something. But you can start if you have trouble with the drive, you can always get into the StreamYard, download the file, and cut that way.
All right. I can give that a
So
shot.
so maybe we'll try to cut a couple this week.
Can give that a shot. I'll give
Okay.
home ec
Give
another
home ec
shot.
another shot. Why would you park in the staff parking lot?
Shut up.
I mean, you're not staff.
I know that. Such a classic.
Did you watch any of the college women's basketball?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of zoned out on all of the March Madness. I watched the highlights of the LSU Iowa, and then I just saw the way that the Iowa UConn ended, or not the Iowa UConn, the South Carolina. Who was it? South Carolina, and they called the illegal screen.
Oh, was that UConn?
Might have been UConn, South Carolina. That might have been it. Yeah, because it's UConn, because it was UConn, Iowa that was playing.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Yeah, so that I
LSU,
just saw
South
that
Carolina. Yeah.
screen and then saw the highlights of the Iowa. It is pretty it's pretty cool to see that, it actually brought attention to.
Also, did you know that the NIL deals are only for American citizens in college?
I didn't know that.
So Zach Edey, the Purdue center,
Yeah.
I know you're not watching, but the giant guy,
Oh, I know that guy. Yep.
he's not getting any money because he's Canadian,
Huh.
and like anyone else on the team is.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that part of it, which I guess is more of a factor in basketball.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of
That
nuts. I
that's risky business.
it is risky. Hey,
When
it's
you
show business. I did
when,
want to ask
that's life in the
because
big city.
I saw this topic brought up because there was a guy who had said that it was an NBA scout, but it was anonymous, and they were asking him about what do you think about LeBron James Jr. about his
Oh, Bronny?
yeah, what do you think about Bronny and his NBA potential, his draft stock? And this scout said, and again unnamed, said, "I'll draft Caitlin Clark before I draft Bronny James."
He had a rough year, man.
But here's my thing, because I saw a lot of people say Caitlin Clark couldn't play in the NBA, and
Well, no.
well, here's the thing. Normally, I would agree and say no, but I feel like with the way that the league is now and how
Nope.
soft the fouls are,
Nope.
I feel like she could.
Just athletically, no.
Athletically, I get that she's not nearly as athletic, but there's plenty
Well,
of dudes
I'm just
who
saying, and she's a great athlete. Like that's the thing when you put out a topic like this, you put the other person in a position of talking down.
No, I get what you're saying.
Which I'm not trying to do, but like just her like shooting. Sure, I get what you're saying. It's not like if Brittany Griner when they talked about that, like she would have to be down low. I get what you're saying, but you also all of a sudden you have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander tracking you. Like
no,
you know what I mean? Like you're just not going to get a shot up, and that's for anybody. Like let alone Caitlin Clark.
Right? No, I get that.
3-point contest, sure.
Right.
I'm not even kidding. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Right. No, I get that. It was just interesting because I kind of sat there and I'm like, dude, there's plenty of dudes who don't play defense.
Oh
who have
yeah, no,
no
and it's
defense and only have offense.
Caitlin Clark is probably the best argument because it's a 3-point argument. It's not
Right.
like
It's
the
it's what the
athletics.
league is now. I'm not arguing that she could play 10 years, 20 years ago.
Yeah, and like the athleticism thing, like isn't as much of a factor, but in terms of just getting open, it is. But like it's
Right.
shooting, like you're not having to try to score down low. Like
I mean, don't get me wrong. If she has Draymond Green setting a strong pick for her
listen, I'm not
and you
saying she
want to be
couldn't
a pick and
score.
roll
Like
shooter,
she would get some shots where she's open, like if
yeah,
plays are called for sure, no doubt.
she could average. I think she could average 8 to 10 a game. Be a little role player.
8 to 10, and you're banking on all threes or
Two,
mid range.
two threes, yeah, 2 threes, a mid range, or 2 threes. You got fouled. You make 2 free throws.
Can Caitlin Clark make two threes and a two per game? I
I
don't know,
think
dude, because
so.
I
It's a fun debate.
well, it is because I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, yeah, if they call enough plays for her, but I don't know, man. Once she gets that like Kyle Korver label where know where she is,
Right. And Kyle Korver still went off when he was older.
but that's where the athleticism comes in.
No, you're right.
And she might 10 might be steep, but it's close. Like that, I would put the over under at 10.
Yeah. 10 and a half, 10.
No, I don't know. I'd probably go 8.5 because that's still your two threes and a two.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that'd be the rub.
Let's make this happen. Who do we talk
Let's
to?
make this happen.
David Stern. I know you're still pulling the strings.
And I'm just saying, when I see other players out there for the league minimum and what they're getting paid,
Oh, I saw something about Reggie White's contract. It was like a historic deal. He got 4 years, 19 million. Like, and someone responded. I was like, "That's a backup guard at the D League salary."
yeah, no doubt. Did you see? Did we talk about this last week? Did you see?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Did you see Ice Cube's offer to Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
Absolutely.
why? Yeah, why? That's genius.
How
If
much
you're
was it?
him,
Was it 5 million?
if you're him, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, and she's I think it was like 3 months for $5 or $10 million, and I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, absolutely,
do that, then go pro.
yeah. Because plus, and they brought it up. That's the off season of the WNBA.
Oh, true. No, it's a smart move by him to offer that.
Definitely, and
And I
that would
think
bring
it'd be smart of her to do it.
a lot of more attention to the
That's
big
what I'm
three.
saying. Not just money, just like advancement.
Right? Because don't get me wrong, I watched the big three the first year.
Right.
I haven't watched it since.
Right. And it would get eyes on the WNBA. Like it'd be good all around, I think.
I don't even think I realized. Are there other women that play in the big three now? Or would she be the
I
first?
couldn't tell you. I feel like they might have done it once. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I know that they have female coaches. I'm fairly certain that they have female coaches, but I don't know if any currently play. A little bit of
Yeah,
research.
sorry. I was reading something. I wanted to see if it was interesting, but it's not.
Okay,
All right, you got anything else?
nothing.
Ozzie Guillen, former player and manager of an MLB, says you can't pull fat. I remember guys having 12 Budweisers and 3 hamburgers, and they played all year long. And then someone quote tweeted and said, "Athletes are too athletic. Ozzy might be spitting here." Hey, maybe there's something to that. Guys are getting hurt because they're too focused on being athletic.
Could be focused on that.
But,
Meanwhile, that's what I told Lauren that yesterday after resting up for one day after playing flag football for 2.5 hours. I told her, I said, look, I understand that they do it for a living and that they're professional athletes. But I said, how does somebody that's 150 pounds heavier than I am, 8 inches taller to a foot taller, do this every day.
Dude, their conditioning is insane.
I'm like, that is absurd.
But that's the thing. Let's get back to the specialty guys. Slow down the offenses. Give me Albert Hainsworth in the middle for 2 plays, and then get him off the field.
I don't care about his effort. Just give me the 2 plays.
2 plays.
Yeah, rotational. I've never thought so much more about rotation than I have now with this Lions team. Because on paper, and I'm like, all right, the starting, because with the edges and how much players rotate, like, all right, you got Hutch, you got Aleem McNeil, you got DJ Reader, who they just signed, and James Houston is coming back next year. But now I'm like, oh, dude, and they have multiple reserves for each position. But I'm like, dude, you got to draft a DN. You can't have enough linemen.
Right.
Oh,
I was waiting to see if you would get the Lions into the show or not.
I mean, last second he
No, I do like hearing it though, because like I do Ohio State like that. You got the Lions. Look at us.
Oh, we can for sure do this. You can have an OSU segment. I'll get a Detroit segment.
We can get Murph on. We can get Murph on to do the Browns.
Perfect.
The thing is,
let me know when you have an OSU segment, and I'll make sure that I have some Lions news.
Okay, we'll knock both out.
Yeah.
It'd be great if you could also learn about Ohio State. I'll learn something about Detroit.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I need Murph to come on the show. I've offered him so many times, and it just do a Browns segment, Murph. If I know you're listening.
Yeah.
All right,
no,
you're good.
We could use that Brown segment.
We went from ending the show at like 32 minutes and did number 14.
Yeah, it's 15.
How about it?
Just switch over to 47. Look at us.
Oh, go team. All right. This has been the 3 Dot Podcast. You know where to find us for merch or how to contact us at all the social medias or at 3 Dot Podcasts, 3 Dot Podcast at gmail.com. The merch store is on my Facebook. It's on all of our socials. You can find us there. We are going to try to timestamp this show a little bit, and we will try to do clips this week, so we might finally get the social media back going. Right, Phil?
We'll give it a shot.
All right. This has been the 3 Dot Podcast.